Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing another programming exercise. Now this program exercise says write a program that uses while loops to perform the following steps. A. Prompt the user to enter two integers. First num must be less than second num. And B. Output all odd numbers between first num and second num. C. Output the sum of all even numbers between first num and second num. D. Output the numbers and their squares between 1 and 10. E. Output the sum of the square of the odd numbers between first num and second num. And F. Output all uppercase letters. Now, what we're going to do is first declare a couple of variables. I'm going to declare int first num, declare int second num, declare int sum is equal to 0, int num is equal to 0, int temp is equal to 0, and int hold on. And then after that, int count is equal to 0. I'll stay with counter. I like counter more. After that, we can write in cout, enter two numbers. The lesser one first. Next, we can cin first num, second num. And then we will cout and L. After that, we can go on temp first num. Temp is equal to first num, sorry. And then here we can write in cout the odd numbers between the two numbers are and L. And while, here's the part where we output all odd numbers, and while temp is not equal to second num, we write in temp plus plus and if temp %2 is not equal to 0 if counter is equal to 1 or counter is equal to 2. Actually, I mean, this is 1. This is 0. We can see out temp but if it will be else, see out comma temp. Let me just write in this. I accidentally forgot to put brackets for the if statement. Hopefully you don't do the same as me. And there we go. And after we're done with that, we can move on to the next one, which is C, output the sum of all even numbers. So for that but first, before doing that, we should end L, get a nice little area between the two. We reset counter. And then we get temp is equal to first num. And so while temp is not equal to second num, temp plus plus, and if temp percentage sign 2 is equal to 0, then you can write in num is equal to temp and sum is equal to sum plus num. And after that, we can write in cout the sum of all even numbers between the two numbers is cout sum and L. Now after that, while counter is less than or equal to 10, num is equal to counter times counter. Now then, cout counter squared is num and L counter plus plus actually, depending on what you want to do, I'm just gonna take this counter from over here and bring it to here. Now, depending on what you want to do, you can either set counter to 1 or you could set it to 0. I'm gonna personally set counter to 0 for now. So I'm just gonna leave it there. So counter will also count 0 squared is 0, of course. And now after that, the next thing, because we just did D, is E, output the sum of the square of the odd numbers between first num and second num. And after doing this, we will see out and L and L. Next we will write in temp. Actually, counter is back to 0. I'm going to set counter back to 0. Counter is equal to 0. Temp is equal to 0. And sum is equal to 0. And while temp is not equal to second num, if temp percentage sign 2 is not equal to 0, num is equal to temp, and sum is equal to sum. Now, the reason we're doing this is that because it's not this, because this calculates the odd number, and if it is odd, then it will execute this little snippet of code. Sum is equal to sum plus num times num. Now, by the way, don't put parentheses by sum or num, just leave it as is, because it's kind of the point. So now this will all calculate because sum will be 0 in the beginning, and if at the moment temp is equal to, and if at the moment temp is an odd number, then it will execute this. So, oh, and also, by the way, you don't need to set counter to 0 right here, but I will. Oh, and right here, we can write in temp plus plus. I'm just gonna remove this counter for now. And now we can write in cout the sum of the squares the sum of the squares of the odd numbers is sum endo. And now num is equal to 65. And here we're going to move on to the next part of this exercise, which is part F. Output all uppercase letters, meaning output all uppercase letters from A to Z. So num is equal to 65. Now that means, because 65 converted to the char data type is actually the letter A, and Z in the char data type converted to the integer data type is equal to 90. So what we're going to do is we can put in while num is less than or equal to 90, we can see out static cast char. Num space right there. Then we can write in if num is equal to 80, we can write in cout new line character num plus plus. And then after we're done with that, we can write in at the bottom here cout endo. And you can see here that we are pretty much done with this. Now if we run this program, hopefully there are no errors. Wow, okay. Let's see. Now you can see I accidentally used the single equal sign rather than the one equal sign. Now we can move on and come here. We run this program again, enter two numbers, 1 and 10. The odd numbers between the two numbers are 3, 5, 7, 9. I accidentally did not put in a space right there. I'll correct it once I'm done. And the sum of the squares of the odd numbers are 165, and here are all the letters. Now it's not actually necessary to include another NL at the bottom. Right here, I remember I made a little mistake. So here I accidentally forgot to write in counter plus plus right here. Little mistake. I was gonna put it up here originally, but I wanted to put it down here, and when the time came, I accidentally forgot to put it there. So we run this again. I get 110. The odd numbers between the two numbers are 3, 5, 7, and 9. The sum of all even numbers between the two numbers is 30. 0 squared is 0, blah, blah, blah. The sum of the squares of the odd numbers is 165, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and there we go. That's pretty much it. So now I hope you guys all had a great time doing this programming exercise with me, just like I did doing the programming exercise with you. And I hope you have a good time. I'll see you in the next video, and bye.